So let's chat a little bit about balance. When I first got married, I met with an older woman from church, a more seasoned mother, and I asked her about balance. I said, how do you balance being a homeschooling mom? How do you work from home? How do you balance being a wife and a homemaker? When do you have time to cook and wash the dishes? And she was so kind, and she said, balance is not something that you perfect. Balance is always a swing in the pendulum between priorities, and the beauty is in the tension of trying to figure out how and when to swing in one direction or the other. So that was so beautiful and so poetic, and I wanted to share it with you guys. And I think that as a homeschooling mom, I'm often trying to find that balance between my career, being a homemaker, being a homeschooling mom, being a wife. I wear many hats, and I often live in that tension between priorities. Our faith drives everything that we do. We believe that God has instituted marriage, and for that reason, Alex and I make it a point to prioritize our marriage. One of the ways that Alex and I prioritize our marriage is by having morning devotionals together. We'll wake up before everybody else, and we'll set aside some time to study the Bible and to pray, and we believe that that really does bring us closer as a unit. When it comes to being a homemaker, one practical tip is to set aside a specific day for deep cleaning. Because I also work from home, it's easy to feel the pull between priorities at home, but knowing that I have a day designated to cleaning allows me to put it aside while I'm focusing on work or on homeschooling. When it comes to homeschooling, one of the things that we do is we time block and we start early. One of the phrases that we instill in our children is that discipline brings freedom. So once we're able to get all of our homeschool done that day, then the rest of the day is ours to enjoy. So let's talk about time blocking. Abeka provides a wonderful resource in their student video manual book. It is a schedule, and it is broken down by subject, and it allots specific time to each specific subject. We have enjoyed following that schedule. However, we've had to shift our times to morning block, midday block, and an afternoon block. Because I have 3 kids currently in school, we time block so that I can get all of our morning tasks done. So whether it's math or reading or writing done first thing, then we'll take a break. Then we'll do our midday activities or our midday subjects. Then we'll take another break for lunch, and then we'll do our afternoon subjects, and then we'll call it for the day. Having those time block sections as opposed to a specific timed subject or a specific time slot has helped us to organize our days and has helped me to balance my work schedule as well as having a baby at home to tend to. I don't think there's one right way to find balance as a homeschooling mom, and I certainly haven't figured out that perfect sweet spot. I do think that as our needs change and our children grow, our family rhythm will also change, and we'll adapt to our new normal and find new ways to balance everything that is on our plate. What's important to me is that we are deeply rooted in the Word of God and in our faith, and everything else is a matter of figuring out when and where and how to swing that pendulum of priorities. Thank you so much for watching and for hanging out with me here. My name is Teresa Gonzalez. You can find me on Instagram at withlove_Terry. And if you have any questions, please let me know.